Hello, friends. Private Investigator Purr at your service. One would assume that being a teacher would come with a good sense of morality and ethics, but these following cases prove otherwise, and police were left shocked, angered, and disgusted. Kindergarten teacher Allison. In a distressing turn of events, kindergarten teacher Allison found herself in the midst of a legal issue after causing a car accident. The incident swiftly escalated when law enforcement determined Allison was intoxicated, leading to a series of field sobriety tests which she failed, resulting in her arrest for driving while intoxicated. Following the arrest, Allison was very straightforward about consuming alcohol prior to the collision.
Now, if you had to rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being completely sober, 10 being the most intoxicated you've ever been in your life, where would you say you are right now?
Probably like a 5, definitely like 5.
Despite this acknowledgement, she believed herself competent to drive, a judgment call that would soon be scrutinized by the responding officer. The officer, adhering to protocol, conducted field sobriety tests to gauge Allison's physical and cognitive impairment. Allison, perhaps underestimating the effects of alcohol on her faculties, consented, believing she could demonstrate her fitness to drive. Her confidence, however, was misplaced, as the test only further evidenced her impaired condition. When asked about her performance, Allison optimistically rated herself.
How did you think you did on those tests?
I feel like I did fine, to be honest.
Okay. Felt like you did fine? Like, if you had to rate yourself, are we talking like 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%?
Probably like at 8, like at least passing, yeah,
So like 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
As the investigation unfolded, Allison seemed to go between moments of clarity and denial. She engaged in a dialogue with the arresting officer, swinging between acknowledging her actions and attempting to downplay their seriousness.
If I were to hand you the keys to a school bus full of kids right now, would you feel safe driving that?
Probably not, because I am an education major,
Okay.
and I do care. I would never care for any kids intoxicated ever.
Okay, so you think because you are...
As the disgraced teacher was arrested, her boyfriend tried scooping in to save the situation too, but the officer was not having any of it.
Give me just a minute. We're going to come back around this way over to your car, okay?
What happens with
1144 1095. Enroll itself for the garage, please.
Yeah, I know that. What happens with the car now?
It's going to get towed.
Why? Why can't this is my girlfriend right here.
Okay.
Why can't I drive that car?
Because she was driving it, she got arrested out of it, and it's probably not even a safe mechanical condition to be driving right now.
While the guy tried his best, there was no saving Allison from being arrested that day. If you think that's bad, the next case is about to leave you stunned. Kimberly Coates' case. Kimberly Coates, a 53-year-old third-grade teacher, found herself at the center of a serious inquiry after her behavior at a school raised questions about her being impaired during school hours. Initially, Coates tried to navigate the questioning without admitting to any wrongdoing. However, the situation escalated when she was asked directly about her condition and any possible substance use.
Did you drink at school is what he's asking you. Tell us the truth.
I didn't bring this one.
She started off seeming confident when brought in for an interrogation.
For your employment, I want you to be truthful.
Okay.
And so, would you be willing to take a breathalyzer test?
If I needed to, yeah.
Okay.
Initially, Coates attempted to deflect the focus from alcohol, suggesting she had taken medication for anxiety that morning.
Today?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you taken any medication today?
I did take some medication this morning for my anxiety.
She stated, trying to blame her impaired state to legally prescribe medication rather than alcohol consumption. This claim led to further probing by the officer, who inquired about the specifics of the medication, timing, and whether it was taken at school, aiming to piece together the factors contributing to her condition.
I took it this morning.
While you were here?
Yeah, right before I came in, yes.
Okay.
And the other investigator immediately asks,
Is that a prescription? Because you've changed your story a little bit. Now
You said it was last night.
Yeah.
As the conversation unfolded, the officer introduced the possibility of a breathalyzer test. Coates, perhaps realizing the gravity of her situation, consented. The result of this test soon revealed the extent of her impairment, with a blood alcohol level found to be 3 times the legal limit. The revelation of Coates' intoxication level prompted a more forthright acknowledgement of her actions.
I drank last night.
She admitted, though this admission did little to alleviate the implications of her being under the influence while responsible for the welfare and safety of her students. The officer's discovery of a beverage in a classroom, which Coates initially described as Diet Coke, further showed just how much her judgment had lapsed. She was visibly in despair, as she's told if she leaves without her husband taking her away, she would be arrested for DUI. She asks, crying,
Am I going to get fired?
Honestly, yes.
After she finally agreed to call someone to pick her up, the officers discovered another cup of hers, this time laced with red wine.
My juice?
Can I try again? That there is wine.
I thought that was from yesterday.
After having lied to the officers constantly, she's finally arrested amidst many tears. Now these two were teachers. What about when it is someone who is in a higher position than that and still gets involved in crime? Middle school principal Arthur Dolly Malloy. In the case of Arthur Dolly Malloy, a middle school principal was revealed as a disturbing incident for someone meant to be an educational leader. Malloy was involved in a car crash that resulted in property damage, and subsequent interactions with law enforcement revealed she was under the influence. Upon the officer's arrival at the scene, Malloy immediately sought to deflect from the seriousness of the situation, repeatedly insisting,
"Go to the bathroom, please."
I need to deal with this first, and then we could proceed.
I just have to go to the bathroom. I can't hold. I just have to go to the bathroom, sir.
Okay,
really
but you're not answering my question for me.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I just have to go to the bathroom.
No, that's not the question that I asked you.
Which question did you ask?
Even when directly questioned about her condition and the accident, she evaded.
There was no accident, sir. There was no.
Man, look at your vehicle.
I look at the vehicle.
The level of denial she showed was concerning and upsetting.
I'm asking. My father was a retired sergeant detective in New York.
She made multiple attempts to misuse her father's status as a retired sergeant detective, but that did nothing to sway the officer's duty to uphold the law.
She just had to stop to get the bathroom. She ended up hitting.
I didn't hit anything. I just need to stop. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm fine. My license just fell there. I have my driver's license.
Malloy's behavior during this critical interaction showcased a total disconnect between her professional responsibilities and her actions. As the situation worsened, Malloy's constant refusal to take sobriety tests and her efforts to avoid trouble only made the officers more determined.
That's all I have to do.
Ma'am, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you been drinking today?
Earlier today, I was.
Earlier today, you guys.
Yes, sir. I can't do this, please. I'm sorry.
Her arrest, amid her ongoing protests and resistance, marked a clear end to a situation marked by poor decisions and ethical mistakes. It is one thing to engage in questionable behavior outside of school, but what do you do for teachers who have broken the law and exhibited disgusting behavior inside the class with students? Brittany Zamora case. This is the infamous case of Brittany Zamora, a 27-year-old teacher who faced serious allegations that led to her interrogation. Accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old student, Zamora initially engaged cooperatively with investigators.
And how long were you there?
From July 2013 to May 2017.
During the interrogation, Zamora appeared calm and was initially open to discussing her professional background and her time at the school where she taught. She talked about her job history in a way that seemed like she was trying to connect with the investigator, or maybe distract from the obvious, the serious nature of the conversation. You can even hear it in the tone of her voice, how she tried to be all breathy and innocent sounding. As the conversation progressed, the investigator outlined the nature of the accusations against her, emphasizing the severity and the political consequences of her actions.
I guess I wanted to give you the opportunity, because there really is very little doubt on what happened, but I wanted you to be able to maybe explain, give you the opportunity to explain kind of why it happened, kind of thing.
As the investigator went on, Zamora seemed to break down, her face covered and her voice shaky. Zamora, confronted with the reality of her situation, requested an attorney, marking a significant shift in the interrogation dynamics.
Can I have an attorney?
You can. Is that what you want?
Okay.
All right.
I just don't know if I go traveling.
That's fine.
The investigator, while maintaining a professional demeanor, attempted to navigate the delicate balance between seeking information and respecting Zamora's rights. This included offering Zamora the opportunity to explain her side of the story, an offer that was met with her decision to halt further discussion without legal representation. Zamora does, half shyly, kind of ask,
hypothetically speaking, what is a typical consequence?
But her entire innocence is just a ruse to avoid giving any information that could implicate her on the spot. However, Zamora was smart enough to know that this was one mistake she couldn't escape. Even after she'd requested the attorney, she kept asking the investigator further questions.
You wanted an attorney, so did you have any more questions for me?
What are the next steps?
The next step is basically you do go to jail tonight.
Zamora's case truly was representative of situations where individuals in positions of trust and authority are held accountable for their actions. This brings us to a wrap for teachers who were too evil to remain in the position at their respective institutions. Stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching Imperfect Criminal with Private Investigator Purr. Over and out.